Hey guys, everything new under the sun. This is my comparison review of the Auto-Vox Dashcam, both the D6 and the D7 Dashcam. Now the D6 Dashcam is a 720p Dashcam. It's on your left hand side. The right hand side I'm unboxing the D7 Dashcam. So the D6 is a 720p Dashcam. It records audio. It's your straight up looping dash cam. You stick in the memory card and it does looping after about 3 minutes. And so it's very basic in its function. It also has some gesture motion, so you can wave your hand underneath it and it takes photos. And that's pretty much it. It kind of rotates. There's no special features on it. Now when you talk about the D7 in comparison, the D7 has some upgrades, obviously. It does 1080p video, and you can definitely see the clarity of the video, and wait for this clip to be done and we'll have comparison video from them. It does not rotate up and down like the D6, but it's got a little bit wider angle. I think the D6 is maybe 155 degrees wide and the D7 is 165 or something like that. I don't know exactly, but anyways, it's got a wider angle. It also does the audio and the video. And I did record a clip with the D7 video, which I'll append so you can determine the quality. You can listen to the quality yourself of the audio and look at the video. Now the video is going to be in 720p, so you're not going to really see a difference because that's as high as the res that I'm uploading it with. The D6 did come with a memory card. The D7 did not come with a memory card. They've discontinued that according to the company. So I was slightly confused because the box does say the D7 comes with a 32 gig memory card, but that has been discontinued. So maybe as of the time you see this, it won't show that on the box. But anyways, that's how it came. The D7 also has GPS. So where the D6 stamps a time and a date on the bottom of the video, which is nice, and it's always there. The D7 records the time and the date and the vehicle speed, and GPS information is encoded as well. It also has gesture features where you just wave your hand underneath the camera and it will go ahead and take a photo. Now the D7, if you'll continue to watch in the videos, it does come with here it is, a 2 USB 12-volt plug, which is nice because then you can plug in your dash cam plus another accessory if you want. Whereas the D6, the 12-volt came only with one USB input on it, so you can only power the dash cam. So it's a nice little upgrade to be able to do the dash cam itself plus something else. So it's got a 1 amp and a 2.4 amp output on it, so that's kind of nice. Each obviously has a micro SD slot, and they both accept, I think, up to 64 gig cards. So from that point of view, they're the same. They got reset buttons on them. The problem I had with the D6 was that it did not record audio, and I don't know if mine was particularly a dud. I did contact the company, and I wasn't able to resolve the audio, so maybe it was such an issue with the one that I got. The D7 worked fine. You basically plug these things in, both of them. You just plug in the USB, they boot up. There's audible sounds that let you know that they're booting up. And so with the GPS one, it actually says like GPS connected or something, some female voice. Now the audio on it is a little scratchy. The clips they've recorded, the sound bites, are either low quality or the speakers in them are low quality for playback. But then you don't expect this thing to be super awesome at playback anyways. The audible indicators that they're turning on and they're turning off is nice. When you turn off the car and the accessory, 12-volt plug turns off, the dash cam obviously does stay going for a couple of seconds while it finishes off the video, and so you don't lose any video when you turn off your car, so that's nice. They can both do about 24 hours. Well, it depends on the size of the card, but I think a 32 gig card does about 24 hours of video at the 1080p mode, and of course it will loop. So every 3 minutes it creates a new video file, so that if you do have something shut off too quickly, you won't lose a lot of data. And then when it runs out of space, it'll just overwrite the oldest video that it's created, basically. And so it will do that and basically loop forever, as long as you don't fill it up with photos, I guess. So that's a handy feature for those of you looking for a dash cam that for insurance purposes or whatever. They both work generally fine, except for the audio issue I had. So I'm just being totally honest with you with my experience with both of them, and I did get them for review. So the full disclosure would be that I did get free units. I got reimbursed on Amazon by the company to do a review. So I did a very honest review. This is what I got. This is what I saw, and so the video clips you're seeing is what comes straight out of the camera. So have a look, and I'll put some audio over it if I think there should be.
That'll fix everything.
Now the audio that you are hearing is from the D7. You can see the D7 camera on the left hand side and the speed also stamped on the left hand side. The right hand side is of course the D6, and it's just stamped with the date and time as expected. Like I mentioned before, I couldn't get the audio to work on the D6, so I can't provide an audio comparison, but I imagine it would be pretty much similar to each other because audio technology and microphone technology doesn't really change a huge amount. They might have improved it a little bit, but anyways, have a listen to the audio, and then we'll go from there.
No, I'm probably not a railer. But he brought up some good points that I gave a little more intellectual depth to the issues at stake. Some people are just conservative for the sake of being conservative, and other people are liberal for the sake of being liberal. And I want to see the ideas being discussed in a way that's about the ideas and not about the people, and not about clickbait, and not about...
So you notice it is audible, obviously, but the levels are low for which it picks up, which you would expect, but it does pick up the sound in the car. This is a big Suburban, so it's pretty cavernous. But yeah, it's just plain sound. You'd have to do post-processing to really amplify the sound if you wanted to use it. But that's it, and I hope that gives it an indication of the sound. We'll look at some photos now, and you can compare the photos. I didn't get any D6 photos, but here you can have a look at some of the video out of the D6, and you can probably gather the photo quality of this. It's a little bit low light, but you can see that the video is not the best. Certainly, it's not compared to the D7. It's not the same at all for the quality. But you don't buy this thing for the photos anyways. You buy it for the looping videos, and in terms of your travel videos, it should be fine. So this is the D7 audio and video recording. We'll see how it goes. You can see I'm parked. It's going 0 kilometers per hour, and here is a good example of the audio and video if I'm kind of holding it at arm's length. It's a gray day, so the light's flat, so this should give you an example of what the audio and video looks like as I kind of talk right to the lens, and you can see how it focuses and that sort of thing. So let's get to it.
Alright guys, this is the D7 from Auto-Vox, the Dashcam. I'm using it right now. You're looking straight at the video coming straight out of the D7 Dashcam from Auto-Vox. So you've been watching maybe a little bit of the video already. I might have put some of it in there already. And this is a test of the audio, the microphones on. I'm not sure where they are. I've got a 32 gig card in there, and so it should loop for a long time, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, this view will kind of wrap up the video here. On top you've got the D6, on the bottom you have the D7. You can already see the clarity, the crisper pixels in video here. So I hope this gives you a good indication of what the video is going to be like. Definitely the D7 is an upgrade, absolutely, from 720p on the top down to 1080p on the bottom. And I will be rendering this in 720p, but obviously even the 720p video that comes out of it just isn't the best. It's a little bit grainier and stuff. The 1080 is definitely much nicer and actually usable for a lot more YouTube things. If you want to use it for something other than just keeping track of car accidents or whatever. Again, the audio with them. I can only get the audio going on the D7. I don't think that's an issue with all the D6s, but I certainly had that issue with mine. The GPS feature is nice, that it shows the kilometers per hour, which is on the bottom of the bottom image, which is not shown there just because of the cropping done there. But it's nice, and it starts up, no fuss, no muss. Just having it in your dash, it's basically a bulge on the USB cable that you need to tuck under your headliner somehow to get that put away. What else? They're both USB. The 12-volt lighter is nicer on the D7 because it gives you the 2 jacks instead of just the 1. So that's a nice little upgrade as well. So with all these little upgrades on the D7 over the D6, on the D7, definitely for your money, I mean, I think it's only another $30. So for the money that you're spending, definitely go for the D7. And you will need a memory card because, like I said, I don't think the memory card comes with it anymore. Whereas you got a 16 gig with the D6. So those are the pros and cons, the good things about it and the bad things about it. The footage was all kind of direct footage straight off the thing. I didn't change the footage for lighting or contrast or anything, or audio for that matter. You get what you get, and I tried to detail what was happening apart from that. So anyways, I will leave it there, guys. I would give the D7 the 2 thumbs up for sure. It does what you want out of a dash cam. It just works. From what I see, it doesn't come with the memory card. That was something they put on the box, but they're going to get rid of that, I believe. The D6 I did have troubles with, so but hopefully your experience will be a little bit better for that. But I do appreciate the opportunity to try these out, and I hope that helps the next person. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Check out the specs on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description. You can check these out for yourselves, and we'll see you guys in the next video. I will add on to this video that I did test the app. I could not get the app going on my iPad 2, which admittedly is outdated, and I couldn't get the app going on an iPhone 4S. It's the Smart iCar Cam app, which you scan. There's a little Q code reader thing on the manual that comes with it, and I could not get the app to connect for whatever reason. Maybe I'm using old hardware. We don't have any sort of modern iPhone 5s or 6s or whatever, and my iPad is pretty old, so maybe that's the issue. But I had trouble connecting to I could not connect to either of them with the instructions in the app or via the manual. So that's another gotcha. I don't know why I had so much trouble with that, but I tried on both devices for both dash cams and the same thing. So hopefully it works for you. So I just wanted to add that little item on there. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video.